Guarding this. Engine opens the door. Interesting. Oh. Let me through. Thank you. Cardboard buttons. Okay. So thin. Yeah. Yeah, they really could. They were tough. That's the truth. They were very tough. Oh, there's an Oculus there. All right. Maybe we can get some energy from this one. About this one? It's hard to find out where we're supposed to go here. Let's see here. Where am I going for? I'm trying to get that thing. I want to get this though. Get this. Go down here. Okay, so we need to be able to see. Oh, we're working our way down? Okay, we're working our way down. Okay, got it. So we're going to go to this one. And then where are we at now? We're looking all the way down at us. So let's go to this one. It's funny, from the 80s now, they didn't make stuff as strong as it used to. For sure, definitely. And it just break over the silliest little drop. Yeah, I think some people might claim it's what's something called designed obsolescence. You can't make anything too strong because then people won't buy new ones. So, maybe that's conspiracy. I don't know. But all I know is that when LEDs first started being used for light bulbs and stuff, the first generation LEDs were so good, they basically didn't ever break. Like, they just never broke. And they engineered it to break because they're like, we have to sell light bulbs. We can't like have all our light bulbs last forever, right? And so they actually patented all these technology they could use to force the LEDs to fail, because they wanted to sell more light bulbs. So yeah, that's the way it is. Designed obsolescence. All right, now we can do that, which should unlock the door. I hope. Hopefully that unlocks the door. Yes, it does. What do we find up here? Ooh, there's some books. Conch Menley Soft Save Operating Defense. This notebook has been made of water-resistant material. It's still in perfect condition, even after all this time. There's also a sticky note on the cover. This is already the third time. Remember to follow the instructions precisely when operating. If we use the data again, you won't be getting any afternoon snacks for the whole month. Flip through the notebook. Standard AVA export procedure. Confirm that the energy storage device below the main console is online. In accordance with the Fontaine Research Institute Conversation Regulation D blah 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 blah, the device is turned off by default. Whenever energy supply is normal, the green indicator on the main console will light up. At this time, pull the control lever on the left marked "Do Not Touch" or "ELF" to print out the observation data. Data should be printed at least once every 3 months, or else some data will be lost. That's kind of weird. Research terminal. Okay. Great. Now we can turn the console on. What does the instruction manual say? Okay, next we just need to pull the lever that says "Do not touch under any circumstances." And we can export the data. Do not touch under any circumstances. That's what the manual says. Paimon guesses is to prevent other people from misusing it. Weird. Pull the lever. You pull the lever down, and after some rumbling and shaking, the machine spits out some paper tape. Paimon doesn't have a clue what's on it, but it looks pretty important. Punch tape retrieved from the water. The data recorded within can only be deciphered using specialized machinery. Although it was made of special waterproof material and has thus not been destroyed, it has been there for long enough to still feel rather wet even after being hauled out. Traveler, why don't we keep this paper for now? Who knows? We might come in handy later. All right. We got some soaked research paper. Interesting. This person. Hopefully this is the right guy. It is. What do I do? Huh? Are you okay? Sighing sadly alone in the water like that. Did something bad happen? Yes, and it wasn't any old something bad. Something awful. Apologies. I forgot to introduce myself. The name is Brosley, and I'm an entry-level researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute, and I was previously responsible for monitoring Fontaine's hydrology data. What's hydrology data? Simply put, it is the data related to the various properties of water. For example, there's the temperature of various water layers, water level, rates of current flow, evaporation within set times, concentration of dissolved impurities. Whoa, sounds complicated. It is. That's why people are needed, specifically my colleagues and I, to collect this complex data and make observations so that we can detect changes in the water quality in advance. If no one does the work, by the time we discover a huge problem, it will be too late to address it. You know, that's one of the reasons these lovely oceanids left Fontaine. It's a change in the water quality that made it unsuitable for them to live in. Yeah, that's not what I heard. Well, that's what I was told when I was doing my induction training, probably to arouse a semblance of personal responsibility in us. The point is, monitoring the hydrology data is pretty important work. For instance, if a change in water quality nears a minimum coefficient, it could make the taste less smooth or refreshing. What? That's all? Well, that is what makes the minimum F coefficient, right? If things got out of hand. What, will the water turn into Fanta? No, it would probably just lead to a mass extinction event all over Fontaine. Ooh, that's scary. Wait a minute. Does that mean that you're sitting here by yourself because something terrible has happened to the water? Oh, not at all. It's just that the monitoring data I've gathered has sunk to the bottom along with the observation station. And so I don't know how I can fish them back out. That's what's got me so worried. The observation station too? Yes, imagine you've heard about that awful lab accident from before. You know, the one that blew the central laboratory sky high? As ill luck would have it, that lab accidentally also sunk the hydrology observation station there. Fortunately, my colleagues and I were doing some study at somewhere else at the time, so we weren't hurt. But the years of hydrology monitoring data we've collected are still down there. Well, that does sound quite serious. We'll take care for you. Really? Kind lady. If you can help me, I'll be in your debt for the rest of my life. You should know that ever since the observation station sank, the former departments had been reorganized, and I was transferred to the newly established Department of Hydrology and Aquatic Life Conservation. Not only is the department head breathing down my neck all day, but there are these new, inexplicable rules. We have to report our duty on time, and we still have to make this weekly report at the end of each week. We can't even openly take our afternoon naps in the office anymore. Even worse, there's a woman who keeps a blubberbeast in the office. A blubberbeast! It's bit me 3 times already. So if our research data from before can be retrieved, I'll be able to think of a way to persuade my superior to restore the hydrology monitoring department. That way, my colleague and I can be transferred back to our original posts and return to our happy lives of ease. I mean, return to filling lives of field studies. So after all that, you just want to slack off, don't you? Yeah. Why don't you go down there and get your stuff yourself? Well, this is embarrassing, but even though the Fontaine Research Institute did organize driving training list sessions, we strategically held a dinner each time. I mean, every dining training session was conflicted with our dinner reservation at Hotel D-Bird. What a shame. Anyway, the advancement of the science of hydrology and the future of Fontaine are in your hands, kind lady. As for your reward, worry not. As long as you can help me recover my research, I will do everything in my power to ensure that you are adequately compensated. So I'm begging you, please help me retrieve our precious data from the central record room. Is this what you wanted? Yes. This is it. But you haven't even gone into the water yet. How did you already have the data? Oh, we've been there before. I see. Thank you. That's all the data from the station now recovered. Well, that's good. Wait a minute. Did you say this station? Yes, we have 3 observation stations, 1 central processing station in total, each with their own independent data sets. So in order to convey the need for monitoring to my superior, the data from the remaining 2 stations still needs to be recovered and analyzed at the central processing station. All right. Paimon will bite. Do you also need us to salvage the other 2 stations? Oh, of course not. The other 2 observation stations were separated from the lab disaster and continue to stand proudly on solid ground. That's a relief. It's just that those 2 stations have been taken over by some fellows from Shneznaya. From Shneznaya? Hang on. You're not talking about the Fatui, are you? That's them. They claim that they got permission from the Maston Gaston to take over the stations. They won't let us anywhere near them, let alone retrieve the data. As for the Maston Gaston, as you know, verifying anything within the Maston Gaston is harder than trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Sounds a little suspicious. Yes. Since it's the Fatui we're talking about, they might actually be planning to use the observation statements to do something bad. Paimon doesn't super want to help, but, Traveler, we should take a look, just in case. Thank you so much, kind lady. I'll mark the locations of the Palette de Frouf station and Crêpe Suzette station on your map now. Aren't these all food names? Yes, and they do sound sweet and tasty, don't they? Just the way light ought to be. By the way, this place is the Conch-Madeline station. Imagine, if you would, breaking off a small piece of Conch-Madeline, stepping into warm water or Tucson, and drinking it all up. That's what our tea times were like before. I never thought the station would end up like this. Anyway, thank you for helping me and make me free and happy again. I mean, for scientific advancement and the future of humanity. I'm counting on you to help me recover that old monitoring data. These guys. All right, so that's not the quest that I expected to find, but I guess it's okay. All right. I believe this is the building that we've been instructed to go to. Clear out any more Fatui that are in the area. Yep, more Fatui. These guys do not belong here. We're going to take care of them. Clear these guys out. Yep. Another stage. No drops either. Interesting. There one hidden here? No? What are those blockheads idling about? Second Captain Machowski is in here. All those bums just slack off. Looks like we need to teach another lesson. These dunces were half as hardworking as captain. We'd have already. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, the door's locked. Door's locked. Hmm. 34th Independent Investigative Squad deployment in Mont Estes Eastern Quadrant. Deployment plan. 34th Independent Estimation Squad Directive 12. Mont Estes Eastern Quadrant. Deployment plan. Wow, they repeat themselves. Camp 1. Located south of the Broken Bridge, behind the observation tower. Purpose. Safeguard logistical routes. Guaranteeing the safe transportation of supplies. Member list. Corporal. Petnam. Private. Okay. Camp 2. Located on the southern side of the highland of the observation tower, near the cliff. Purpose. To eliminate the potential threat caused by landings. Additionally, the sergeant was assigned to conducting patrols between the two camps to monitor any potential misconduct and handle complacency within the squad. Unauthorized departure for a camp will result in dismissal. Such as soldiers will be reported to higher ranking officers and dealt with by the system. All right. So, doesn't seem to there's any other clues. Let's head to the campsites. Yep. Alright, campsites. Fatui campsites is what we're looking for. There's a Fatui campsite. Oh, there's something down here. Alright. Disciplinary procedures. Ever since Lieutenant Malinowski went to supervise the Northeastern Observation Tower, the squad has become remiss with their discipline. In order to restore strict discipline, boost soldiers' sense of duty, and create a team mindset and restore a sense of collective honor within the squad, the following order is hereby given, effective immediately. NCOs and privates stationed here must assemble before the observation tower daily at the appointed time and eat together in the designated area. When the signal is given by striking the pot, eating privately without permission is prohibited, and striking the pot on one's own and disrupting the squad's rest time is strictly forbidden. You are hereby notified. All right, let's go hit the pot. Yeah. So strict. Paimon doesn't want to work for that guy. Where do they get to the nerve to talk about a sense of collective honor? Where's the honor of not even letting anyone eat? Oh, it's a baffling rule. Right? There's something more serious. Doesn't know how to get things done. The weirder they get about the discipline and rules. Huh, come to think about it, if we cause a commotion, we can probably lure that platoon leader Shmudov down, right? Then we'd be able to get up there. Let's give it a try. Time to start a commotion, so to speak. We've already subdued all the dudes. Guess we can't strike it with a bow. We have to strike it with. There we go. Thump, thump, thump. Long after heard footsteps can be heard coming from the higher ups in the tower. Ooh. Wiped him. Platoon leader has fled with his subordinates. All right, let's hurry up and take a look. All right, that should open up the final door. Okay, research terminal. What do we have here? Right. Looks like another lever with "do not touch under any circumstances" written next to it. Let's pull that lever. You pull the lever. After some rumbling and shaking, the machine spits out a stack of paper tape. Great. Now we have the monitoring data for the Krebs Suzette station. Bunch tape made of special waterproof material. The data recorded within can only be deciphered using specialized machinery. All that's left now is the Plot de Fruit station. Let's go, Traveler. Pull the lever! I know. It's funny that they're like, the best security measure they have is a sticky note next to the lever that they need to pull that says "don't pull the lever," because if you voice from downstairs. It's the Fatui downstairs. Seems like coming from downstairs. Move carefully. Go down and have a look. Yeah, so this is locked. It's a notebook. These blasted jars. What are they called? Energy storage devices or something? They've been disappearing without a trace lately. I put one down and then it disappears. I put another one down and it disappears too. I even posted someone to watch over it at night, and they disappeared along with the jar. They even left a note too, something along the lines of, "Working night shifts is a waste of my youth. Might as well go research assistant and get a decent paycheck." How baffling. I placed the last energy storage device on the first floor. If this one disappears too, then whoever is responsible for patrolling that day is going to have to report to Shumablov themselves. Yeah, all the Fatuis. So it's funny, these bad guys, they're kind of like goofy foot soldiers, kind of a la most video games. And most of them are pretty decent guys and gals. They just happen to work for like an evil organization. So we give them, we forgive them. It's okay. They're not all bad guys. The Fatui are goofballs, kind of Team Rocket style. Silly. Yeah, it's Russia, right? It is Russia. It is Russia. Correct. Snezhnaya is based on Russia. You have correctly assessed the Snezhnayans, which I guess maybe the name is a clue. But yeah, usually they're pretty decent. Some of them are nasty, but most of them. Oh, time to fight. Yeah, they're toast. All right. Yep. There's no way they can stand. Ooh, we can get this though. We can pick up this little energy storage device they talked about. Let's go get it charged up. All right. Go in here. Take the energy out of. Oh, why can't I reach it? I'll have to go over here. Pull the energy out of here. Put it in here. And now we can pick that up and we can carry it to the door. Now we can go upstairs and hopefully more goodies. Take this upstairs. And hopefully unlock the final door. Open door. Hey, now the top of the tower should be open. Let's hurry. Appreciate the heck. Oh. Oh, no worries, man. Anytime. Yeah, of course. I honestly kind of enjoy squishing the freaking garbage stuff that's out there. Moderating is an enjoyable thing for me. It's it comes with the territory. But yeah, of course, anytime you need me and I'm around, I'll get you. Anytime. Okay, can we activate this thing? Or do we have to get the power supply? We have to get the power supply. We bring that up. We open the door, so we don't need the power supply. Take it upstairs. Boop. Activate. There we go. That should unlock the door. Yep. Take the energy supply with us too, I guess. That should let us our... as all judges should be. As all judges should be. Not all of them are, but as they all should be. Let's just put this down here, I guess. I guess they're done with that. All right, let's go. What do we have to do here? Right. There's a lever with do not touch under city circumstances. Let's pull the lever. Yeah, I know. It's been like a year. It's wild. Like, I got affiliate. Gosh, what was it? It was before my birthday. So I think it was like January or February or something. But yeah, we're getting close. We pull the lever. After some rumbling and shaking, the machine spits out a stack of taper tape. Great. Now we have the monitoring data from both the Plat de Fruet and the Crepe Suzette stations. Let's go back to Broglie now. All right. And now we can jump out the windows, but we're not going to jump out the windows because there's a puzzle at the door at the entrance. So we're going to do that puzzle at the entrance real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's underrated. Yeah, and some people, how can I put it? Like, I explain the game and I enjoy the game, and it's one of those things that, like, the more you do, the more you can do. And so I think the hardest part about a game like this is the cost of entry is super high. Like, it's just, when people ask me, like, if they want to play like a MiHoYo game, I've gotten to the point now I tell them to try Star Rail, because Star Rail is at least only like 5 months old, and so there's not as much to keep up with. But this game just keeps going and going. All right, speaking of that, let's do this. Hey, Broglie, we have the data from the 2 monitoring stations you mentioned. Really? That's great. Please, let me take a look at them. What about your compensation? Oh, about that. Please don't worry. My supervisor approves of restarting our original hydrological research. You'll definitely get paid. That's a relief. All right, you give the paper tapes you collected to Broglie. Ah, yes, this is it. You two are angels. Angels sent from the heavens to save me from my misery and return me to my happy life of ease. Did you really have to say it that way? Well, there's no time to lose, young lady. I'll go find my supervisor, and request the key to the central processing station. Please wait for me. Just hurry up, would you? An excited Broglie returns after a short while. Lady, I now have the key. Now we just need to go to the central processing station to organize the data, and we can resume hydrological monitoring again. Oh, you got to do work in the morning? Cool. All right, well, you get some rest, and yeah, you're, especially since you're recovering, keep lots of water and salty things. People will drink lots of water when they're recovering from food poisoning, and they'll end up they'll get waterlogged. So don't get waterlogged. Salt, Gatorade, Powerade, anything that'll keep you going. And appreciate you coming in. Always like chatting with you. All right, and you have to go with you. Considering the situation of Plat de Fruit and Crepe Suzette stations, it's possible that those fellows from Shiznaya are also at the central processing station. So please come with me. Don't forget to compensate us. Gotta get paid. All right. Ominous quest marker. Let's go. This dude's got the key. Here we are, lady. This central processing station where hydrology research data is analyzed. It doesn't look like anyone's here. Without any Fatui, we're not needed, right? We can't be sure just yet. What if there are soldiers from the Shneznayans inside? We might not be able to see Conch Madeleine again. I still shan't ever conduct hydrological research again. Please, come inside with me. Fine, just open the door. Well, there's our conversation right there. Going down, I guess. It's quite quiet here. There isn't enough. Everything's covered in dust. Let's open the door, I guess. Let's see. If we can put together the collected data, I reckon we'll get some significant results, and hydrological monitoring should resume very soon. I can't wait. That sounds great. Why do I get this feeling that we're missing part of the data? Or am I just paranoid? Why are you unsure? Aren't you in charge of the data? There's Machowski. Sorry. I got the wrong room. The Fatui commander leaves the scene at a speed that does not match the Civic. Wait. Did something just pass us by? He was faster than a Vishap. Wait. That's not the point. He's Fatui. Why was he here? We need to go after them and get to the bottom of this. He sees the traveler and just fucking runs. No, stop chasing me. I've already locked the doors. You can't get in. Don't fret. We just need to open this mechanism. We'll be able to take the shortcut via the entrance below. That gentleman is not escaping. He's got to climb the bookshelf. Come on, climb the bookshelf. There we go. All right. Blast a hole in the door? No, just gonna open the door. Quite agile for some reason. Out of options. Tui commander jumps into the water. Oh, great. How do I have to get in? Door shut on the way. All right. How are we going to get out? We'll go out this way. There he is. All right. I'm not going anywhere. Getting petrified. Stop! I surrender. Stop! You're here for the paper types, right? You can have them all. Just stop attacking me. The Tui commander hands over all the research data. Is that all, Rogley? Well, maybe. Yeah, that should be all of it. Sure. Just forget that Paimon acts. What is your objective here? Yes, tell us everything. Why were you occupying these stations? To slack off. What? I am Malianuski, commanding officer of the 34th Independent Investigative Squad. At first, when we had been dispatched to Fontaine, everyone was quite happy. The mission wasn't that difficult. So what's that have to do with occupying the stations? A few months ago, due to some organizational changes, headquarters assigned someone named Shmulinov as my new deputy. Shmulinov, right. The platoon leader we saw at the Crib Suzette station. Yes, that's the one. I can't stand that fellow, but I can't get rid of him. So I look for excuses to go on missions to get away from him. Wait, Paimon's confused. You said he's your deputy, right? That's right. Aren't you his superior? Why do you have to listen to him? Well, he is. Blast him. But he always acts serious and makes others do the work. His words are hard to refute, and I can't do it very well telling him that no one wants to work in front of everyone, can I? So I just happened I saw some strange towers nearby, so I told him that we're going to investigate, and I forged the letters from the Stone Gaston. So you forged the documents. Paimon knew it. There was no way the Maston Gaston would let you manage the hydrological monitoring stations. Any other questions, Blogley? I see. So you're just trying to slack off. No, I mean, you're just trying to get a little peace in this noisy world of occupying the monitoring stations. Well, how would you rate our accommodations? Huh? Very comfortable. The scenery nearby is beautiful, too. I usually feel a lot better after taking a short nap. Right, especially when you wake up and realize there aren't any urgent tasks, that you're being watched by someone you don't like. You can just enjoy the afternoon sun and the breeze. It's like waking up from a dream and entering another where you don't have to worry about anything. That's how you're supposed to live. It's a shame that you haven't tried the limited edition black tea in the Viscerai Passage. If you get a chance. Wait, where is this conversation going? Anyway, please come with us. Last time we let the Fontaine Research Institute know what you've done. Ugh. Wait. Actually, he didn't cause any damage to our research, did he? Objectively speaking, he even collected some data for us. He's just somebody who wants to be rid of work and live a comfortable life. That's right. Wait, That's not something to be proud of, even when you put it like that. Kind lady, please let him go in the name of science. Well, if our requester says so. Thank you, sir. And the two of you, I swear, I'll never do such a thing again. I'll do my best to slack off on my own. I love how determined you are. Can you not get hyped up over something like this? The Fatui commander leaves, feeling grateful. With that resolved, I'll be going back through the data. Thank you for your work. Please take these. Is it really resolved? Whatever. At least the stations are operational again, and the Fatui platoons have left. Paimon supposes it's over. What a weird quest.